Namaskar, I'm Harpreet Kaur and I welcome you all to our live and interactive online training session under the umbrella theme of ICT for Teaching and Learning of Science. This session is organized by Central Institute of Educational Technology NCERT New Delhi. As I told you, session is live and interactive, which means you can also participate in the session with your questions, queries, doubts and suggestions. You are watching these sessions on PME Vidya channels 6 to 12 and also on our YouTube channel NCERT Official. Please take down our phone number if you wish to connect with us through phones. The number is 8800440559. If you want to write an email to us with your feedback and suggestions or any doubts that you might be having, you can get in touch with us through training.helpdesk@ciet.nic.in. Since we are streaming live on our YouTube channel NCERT Official, you can always go to the comment section, put in your questions there and do participate in the session. And I told you that this is the umbrella theme because we all know that ICT, that is Information and Communication Technology, is playing a vital role in teaching and learning of science and its concepts. Today, we are in day 4 of the session where we will be talking about immersive technologies for the teaching and learning of science. But what are these immersive technologies and how engaging they are? How they are making a whole lot of difference to the world of science education? There are a lot of questions and I'm sure you must be seeking their answers as well. You will find them in this session. So who is there to answer or address all our queries? Well, we are joined by our experts. Let me introduce her to all of you. We are joined by Dr. Parveen B. Benja. Ma'am, namaskar and welcome to the session. Well, ma'am is Associate Professor from CIET NCERT New Delhi, and with ma'am I'm going to take this journey forward, and of course she'll be answering a lot of questions. But before that, ma'am, I want to ask you that this is going to be a very interesting session. We all know that information and communication technology is playing a huge role, not just in sciences but otherwise as well. So now science is a subject which is not that easy to make children understand because there are many abstract concepts and there are many such things that require experimentation. So theory is not enough. So ma'am, what do you think is the biggest challenge in making science concepts easily understandable for students, and how really we can overcome these challenges? What do you think as a teacher yourself?
Okay, viewers, good evening and thank you, Harpreet, and we are in a very interesting session today.
Yes.
So we are going to discuss something immersive technologies and new the frontier technologies.
Absolutely.
And how we are going to integrate this technology to understand the science concepts and phenomena.
True.
So before landing to the question's answer, I would like to tell you a very simple understanding about science. What is science? Science is actually a systematic study of the natural world and phenomena through observation, experimentation and analysis to understand the data.
Okay.
So whatever we are observing across our surroundings, we are collecting data, we are drawing inferences and we are looking around the universe.
Yes.
Fine. And science is also a body of knowledge, and that knowledge requires the process of inquiry, the seek explanation, the natural worlds, law, principles and theories, and that governing everything from the smallest particles to the largest galaxies. This is science. And goal of this teaching and learning science is that improving the scientific literacy and exploring the universe and immediate world we have. So this is very important for us to understand what is science and why we need to understand the science with the help of this technology. So if you will see science, like that you told that science is a need a very basic understandings of some abstract concept.
Yes.
So you see across our surroundings, some are visible, some are not visible, and so many abstract and hidden concepts are there. We need to visualize that one, we need to explain that one to the learners also, and many times we teachers fail to make students explain the fundamental concepts of science and phenomena. So that's why it's very important for us to understand what is science concepts, because until or unless we will not understand what is science and what is the science concept deals. It's very difficult to integrate any kind of technology to understand this thing. So, you can see here the understanding of the science concept first requires abstract and scientific concept. Okay. So, abstract concept that I told you, many concept that is abstract in nature, that is not visible in our eye. So, we are exploring that beyond our visualizations and so many abstract concepts are there. And while exploring that concepts and the phenomena and the fact, we need scientific methodology, that is the systematic approach to reach the problem and solve the problem. So, this is required a systematic methodology. The next one is when we are exploring the world and we have some fundamentals, theories are there, laws are there, principles are there, that is established. We are applying that principles and theory to understand the present world. So, where we are applying the theory to practice and making the connection between the theory and practice. Next is a systematic investigation and exploration. Of course, science is a systematic exploration, that is systematic way of observation, experimentation, hypothesis building, testing, recording the data, analysis and interferences, then after that a conclusion. So, this is a very systematic way, that's make it science. And after that, when we are observing the fact and phenomena, we need to organize the fact and phenomena and data in a very systematic way. Either we are observing the qualitative data or quantitative data in a controlled environment, or we can say uncontrolled environment. That is, you are observing the phenomena within the lab setup or within the beyond the lab setup in the field also. We need to organize the concept in a very systematic way. Then only we can come to the conclusion, oh, science is existing in likewise. What is the reason behind this fact and phenomena, and whatever the existing in this world, it helps us to understand. So, this is very much for us to understand what is science and why we need to integrate technology to understand the scientific phenomena.
Absolutely, science is there in our everyday life. In fact, our human physiology, I think it has all the branches of science. It has biology as well, some chemical reactions are also happening. Of course, we can find the components of physics as well here. And I think that ICT, when of course it is integrated with science teaching or learning, it enhances creative and critical thinking among students. And immersive technologies, well, the focus for today is a product of ICT. So, ma'am, how do you think these immersive technologies are different from traditional ways of teaching scientific concepts? And first of all, what these immersive technologies are, because the name is quite interesting. Are we getting immersed in something?
Yes, I think these technologies are not new. So, from long back, from the Stone Age to Iron Age to now, we are in this era. So, we are using technologies, we are every week, every month we are coming with a new technologies.
Yes.
So, why we are using technologies? The technologies we are using to simplify our work.
Yes.
Faster, accuracy and more a systematic way we are solving the problem.
True.
The technology helping us in this nature. So, immersive technology, a kind of technology that is emerging, the time to time all technologies emerge. So, now we are in the era of immersive technology. So, what actually is this immersive technology and what makes the technology? It is very immersive in nature.
Yes.
So, here you can see the slide I have presented here. So, immersive technologies are there, and even one side you can see the graphics where we are using some kind of visual devices. So, we are focusing in the eye. So, we are exploring the world with the visual world. So, that visual, that when we are going to the visual world, we are experiencing the reality, and that helping us to immerse on that virtual world or the virtual world. So, you can see here there are 5 types of reality contents are there, and that come under the immersive technology.
Okay.
So, the first one you can see the extended reality. So, extended reality, before going to the extended reality, first we need to understand what is augmented reality, that is AR. In short form we call it a AR. These technologies is actually overlaying the digital information in the physical world. Means with the help of digital technology, that is you have a mobile app, we have we can use the AR glasses, we can use the tablet even, and can display that digital images or digital content in a physical world.
Yeah.
Okay, so like that I told you in the science that many abstract concepts are there we cannot see with our naked eye.
Yes.
And even sometimes you are able to see that is very difficult to understand the phenomena behind particular object
Yes.
and the facts.
Yes.
So this digital technology, the AR technology helping us to display that content, digital content or the science concept in the physical world. So we can see that content in our physical world with the help of this technology. The next one is the see, this is AR technology. So, this is a superimposition of computer generated perceptual information over the existing physical surroundings, which is called augmented reality.
Okay.
And the devices like smartphones are there, then glasses are there and headsets are there, and there are so many augmented reality apps available in the market. Even NCERT providing a AR app, that is e-Pathshala AR app.
Okay.
So, all the CBSE or NCERT contents are available in this AR app. So, this is AR, and we will coming to the this how this AR app is also going to help us. So, I have displayed here one images. So, one experiment is there, you can see a live beaker or like kind of real beaker, original beaker is present in front of you in the physical world.
Oh.
So, this technology, the power of that one, bringing that digital images in a real world.
Yes.
So, here this is the example of a AR app how we are applying in the science learning. And if you will come to that virtual reality. So, virtual reality is a kind of imaginary world.
Okay.
That imaginary world is very real to near. So, like that we are sitting in this physical world just like a very real, that with the help of computer programming and computer graphics, we are creating a virtual world that is very close to real.
Reality, right.
It's look like a real. So, that's called the virtual reality. This real world and this is virtual real world can be experienced through a VR headsets.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Then we have a kind of mixed reality. That mixed reality combine both AR technologies as well as the VR technologies, where you can interact like that in the physical world we are interacting with every object. So, you can holding any objects and you grabbing, you are throwing, you are interacting in every object, like that you can do with your hands and that your locomotive parts in that virtual world.
Okay.
So, that combines that mixed reality. Then overall next word is that is extended reality, that is we are extending beyond this all AR, VR and MR, that is extended reality. And another one is 360 visual simulation, that normally we are doing in the virtual lab.
Okay.
So, we are doing that virtual simulation and 360-degree simulation of that lab experiment in the lab. So, these are the different kinds of immersive technologies.
It's quite interesting, and we can comfortably say that now it's not just about physical or digital, but it has become physical. So, we are in the physical world where we are combining or blending both physical and digital resources, and here because we are talking in the context of sciences, so in imparting education or in making students understand these concepts. Now, ma'am, before I move on to another question, I use the word traditional method of teaching and learning. So, here traditional, like what is the definition of traditional? Something that I learned 15 years ago?
No.
Okay.
It's a very interesting question. We always think when traditional words come or conventional words come, the old one come, like we like 50 years back or 25 years back or 20 years back. It's not like that. Traditional is like that in a 1 year also it become a traditional. So, this technology is emerging. So, it cannot a traditional technology is not like the OHP is there or radio is there or that antenna dish TV is there. So, it's not like that. So, this technology is still emerging. So, we are like advancing the technology. That doesn't mean that old technologies are now not in use.
Yes.
See, the television is not new, radio is not new, still radio and television existing.
Yes.
Over that we are advancing the technology.
You're right.
Okay. So, this radio, television and all the traditional technologies we are using in our classroom teaching learning process as well as in assessment process. Right? So, this new technology also helping us to enhance our learning experience.
True.
To understand the concept in a better way.
Yes.
So, that's the technology.
Of course, I mean technology is evolving every day. I still remember from compact disk to floppy disk, we have arrived to nano chips. So yes, it is evolving every day. And when we talk about immersive technologies, one thing that comes to my mind is games, online digital games, where we get so immersed and it gives us such an engaging experience that you feel like as if you are in it actually. So ma'am, how do you think that these immersive technologies can transform the way science is taught and learned, and how it might be applied in science education in modern scenario?
Yes, the right questions you have asked. So before going to the question, one more point I'd like to highlight here. This is very important for us to understand, because technologies every time is coming, emerging, and we teachers are adapting to that technology, and we are getting continuous training on that one.
Yeah.
So we need to understand what is the concept of these technologies.
Okay.
Any technologies, today is this immersive technology there, tomorrow frontier technology will come. So lot of technologies is coming. So we teacher, we need to understand what is the concept of this technology. So how we are integrating this technology in our day-to-day life as well as the teaching learning process.
Yes.
See, in this slide you can see the person is there, interface is there, and virtual world is there. The virtual world, that suppose television you are seeing, that is also a kind of virtual world. The partially virtual, not fully virtual. Okay, animation is there, some reels are there, any video programs you are seeing. So here you can say person is there, in between there is a interface is there, and after that there is a virtual world is there. So that virtual world is simulated world.
Okay.
That it created with the computer programming and graphics.
Yes.
Fine. So how we are interacting with that virtual world. So this is very much important. In interface, that is the technology,
Right.
and that is virtual world is all that environment is created. That is with the help of technology also. So many technologies will come, and in near future AI is also coming, metaverse is coming, and lot of technologies is
yes.
coming. So this is the fundamental concepts of the technology. So we human are interacting with that technology to that virtual world or any digital world.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we are already using it, because we
Yes.
see in entertainment business also these technologies are being used.
Yes, yes. And rightly you have asked question that how this is going to help us in our teaching
Yes.
learning process. So let's take example of the augmented reality first. How this augmented reality is going to help us in our teaching learning process.
Right.
So see, anatomically exploration, how we are, suppose one cell is there, plant cell or animal cell.
Okay.
And we want to explore the anatomy or that structure of a cell, how it's look like. Then sometimes it's very difficult to understand that single cell organelles of a typical cell, plant cell or animal cell. Or suppose a human anatomy is there, or a plant's anatomy is there. So sometimes we have a heart, we haven't seen our heart. So how our hearts look like? It's the size of this one, it's a red in color, 4 chambers are there, okay, there arteries are there, veins are there, aortas are there. So how it's look like?
We are only visualizing, imagining actually.
Yes, and normally in textbook we see a plain image is there.
Yes.
And the label diagrams are there. So many a times, for us, different types of learners we know in our classroom setting, different types of learners are there. So some are very, they feel uncomfortable, or they difficult to understand that pictures, how this was explained. And normally the questions come, draw a label diagram and you explain the functions and features of heart or typical organ. So it's very difficult for us to understand. So this technology actually presenting that real heart in front of you. So you can interact with that object and the heart, and you can see how it's look like. You can zoom it, you can zoom out, you can bring it to you, and you can take it away, how it's look like.
Yes.
So that give a very fundamental understanding concepts of any anatomy of our organs or any objects. And then interactive lab manuals are there. Suppose we are experimenting any lab, suppose this you can see here. That the tasting, different type of salt and solvents are there. So normally in a books is there, okay, there is pictures are there, okay, you will add the salt, you can add the sugar, you can add the water, what will happen after doing that. So going back to home, we never do that thing.
Yeah.
So here you can do simultaneously, you can add and you can play and you can see how the change is happening. So you can do in this augmented reality, and a real time data visualization you can see, and immediate feedback you will get. So immediate response you will get, that means that you are getting that feedback that you are going in a right direction, you are learning a correct concept.
Yes.
This is very much important, that this technology providing us these things. And the next to this AR, another level, that is the virtual reality. You can see the image here. A typical cell organs is there. Okay. So now you are seeing in a very concrete and very detailed pictures is there.
Yes, yes.
Very colorful and very detailed one, and you can say, oh, is near to me, you can touch that one, you can feel that one, you are experiencing that one. So this is the virtual reality, but the problem is that you can experience with the help of headset.
Oh, yes.
So you see here the virtual field trip is there. I cannot go to that Amazon rainforest, I cannot go to celestial body or solar system. With the help of this headset you can explore. So that is the virtual field trip. The VR can transport students to remote location like rainforest or the ocean floor, providing realistic and immersive experience.
So some type of assistive device is necessary here.
Yes. And then molecular visualization, as I told you, just the typical cell organelle, very difficult to understand. Then the VR allows students to explore the microscopic world, visualizing the complex molecules and atomic structures in 3D. Then interactive simulation, VR enables students to perform virtual experiment, manipulating variables and observing outcomes without the need of real world resources. Because experimenting is not a very easy task, because it requires a lot of resources. True. And materials and that chemicals and equipments.
Yes.
And sometimes some dangerous experiment we need to do in a very secured environment, and the proper support from the lab attendants as well as the teacher. So that can be easily done this in this virtual reality environment. And this another one is the mixed reality, that the part of immersive technology, that blending the two realities, AR and VR. And you can see in this image a child is now interacting with all the celestial body of solar system. Fine. So see, with the help of headset, now interacting with every object of that one. So it feels like that I'm become the part of that universe, and I'm that all the planets of that universe. He is manipulating and interacting with that one. So this gives an interactive experience.
Absolutely.
So this is the power of this technology. So, okay.
It is no less than a magic, I must say. I myself I'm feeling like to go out there and experience this. And you rightly pointed out that you just need some device, or you need some kind of connection, internet connection or whatever, but you can actually experience it. So that's why we call it experiential learning. And I'm sure that there's so many technologies we have understood, augmented, virtual, mixed. So, ma'am, what do you think is the best or has the most potential for teaching sciences? Yes. Difficult question, I know.
Yes, this is a very typical question, because being a teacher, I also experienced, many a times new technologies are coming. Oh, how to use this technology in my teaching learning process?
Yeah.
And this is a very challenging event. And regular classes, we are like that you told, that traditional classroom practices. So regular classroom teaching learning process, so many technologies are coming up. Teachers are very much, acquainted and become competent using PowerPoint and videos in their day-to-day classroom. So now another technologies is coming. So it's very difficult to integrate this one. How stipulated time 40 minutes class hour is there. Within that time, how I can engage my students teaching this topic with the help of this technology. That is also kind of challenging, but it's very interesting if teacher will able to integrate this one.
Yes.
So teacher need to understand that potential and the benefits of this immersive technology. So how it's going to help them to enhance their teaching as well as the students' learning experience. So this is, you can say, immersive storytelling. Many a times, we teachers are very good storytellers.
Yes.
We used to tell a story. That story is imaginary actually.
Yeah.
So sometimes we are telling the story, the students are imagining, okay, that world is there where one planet is there, one sun is there, then stars are there, galaxies are there, so many stories are there. So when we are narrating a story, that story is very immersive. So this technology helping us to present that story in a virtual worlds. That is the immersive environment is giving, that is immersive storytelling, and visualizing abstract concepts. in chemistry, hybridization is there, and Bohr atomic models are there, Thomson models are there, and Rutherford models are there, and all atomic structures are presented by different the scientists and all. Many times we get confused. So how to present that abstract concept there? So with the help of this visualization tool or this virtual reality technologies and the AR technologies, we can present that abstract concept.
Absolutely.
Visualization. Why visualization is very important? Because our eye is very much involved with the sensing the environment and the stimulus. So we are strengthening our the sense organ. With the help of this technology, we are strengthening the stimulus so that our eye can perceive the better stimulus, and that help us to better respond.
Yes.
And then you can say simulating science experiment, you can see images, we are doing the science experiment here. Then enhancing field trip and virtual experiences, then exploring microscopic and macroscopic world. So you can say microorganisms, bacteria, virus, and lot of microorganisms are there. How it look like? Amoeba is there. Okay. Then your viruses are there. How it look like? That internal structure we can explore with this virtual reality too. And the macroscopic world, celestial bodies. You can explore the universe.
Galaxies.
Yes. Then interactive problems, some problems, suppose mathematics is there. So we are unable to solve the problem, how it look like, where the problem is existing. So we can make that problem exist in this virtual world. Then gamification of science concepts. Students learn by playing.
Yes.
They enjoy game. So in this virtual world, we can plan and we can design a lesson in such a way that students are actually playing and they are learning.
Absolutely.
That is gamification. And facilitating personalized and collaborative learning. This is very much important. Some students are slow learners, some are gifted learners, some are average learner, and some are very they are unable to pick the concept of science.
True.
They are good in language learning, some are good in math learning. But in our education system, every student need to study all the subject till class 10.
Absolutely.
So some students are unable to understand, some study like that in English, they are time assessment and immediate feedback. If you are whatever experiment and whatever activities you are getting, so immediately you will get feedback, then next you will do what to do next.
Right.
So that immediate feedback reinforcement is very much important, and accessibility and inclusivity, this is a very much important part.
Yes.
So anyone can access this one, and inclusivity irrespective of any Divyang and all, including all type of learner to access this content.
I think all these features are fully satisfying the guidelines and recommendations of National Education Policy 2020 as well.
Yes.
And you're absolutely right that we have to customize the lesson plans as per the need, requirements and capabilities of students, which is something that is not possible in a real class environment, in a physical class environment. And here comes the role of technology. Now, what I have gathered from all the discussion so far is that you need some kind of assistance in making technology handy for use. Now, here we are talking about infrastructure. So, ma'am, what do you think is essential technological infrastructure that is required for immersive learning experience?
Yes. Just now I explained lot of features of this technology and the benefits of this technology and how it's going to help teachers and learners.
Yeah.
The very important question, how we can access all this thing, and technology means we need technical
support,
infrastructure, support and all. This is a very, very important part.
Yes.
So teacher might be wondering, madam told lot of good features of this technology, how we can use this and how we can access this one. The very important part is that lab. Physical space, we need to set a lab here.
Yes.
Where that, as I told you, that you can see here the images, some headsets is showing, your controllers are there. So without using this technology, it's very difficult to explore the virtual world and the reality. Okay, and the visual world. So physical lab space is very important in the class school. And hardware requirement, we need a VR headset. With the help of VR headset, we can immerse in the world of virtual reality.
Yes.
Okay. Then personal computer, yes, system required. Then your controller and peripherals. With the help of that, you will interact with every object. Then display screen and projector. Now most of the schools having the display screen, interactive boards are there, that also needed. Another point is the network and connectivity. It's required network and connectivity. That is very difficult. Real time learning as well as collaborative learning.
Yeah.
So collaborating not only within the classroom, it's beyond the classroom. With the world we can collaborate. So for that we need connectivity, and the network is to good Wi-Fi network required and routers required. And the next one is software and VR content. Yes, hardware is there, that means there is a need of software. So the software is very much important, VR content is important, and supportive platform, software platform required, then storage and maintenance is storage devices, headsets are there, controllers are there. This need to be kept safely, and you need to take care of that one.
Yes.
Stolen or maybe misuse.
Yeah.
That's the issue we are facing in the schools. So that is that storage and maintenance is very much important, and security and ergonomics.
So we can say that though we are talking about virtual reality and virtual world, but we need some physical world support as well here, and that's why we talked about technical infrastructure here. Now, ma'am, how do you think, like being a teacher yourself, how do you think the teachers can use immersive technologies to reinforce the concepts in science that are already taught or they're about to taught in the classroom, about to teach in the classrooms? Yeah.
Yes. So it's a good question. Actually, we teachers need to understand this thing. In a class, 40 numbers of students are there, and all 40 students are diverse in their learning style, the nature of learning, and there is lot of differences among the students. That we know individual differences. All students are different from each other.
Yes.
So how a teacher meet the needs of every learners.
Yes.
So this is very much important to understand for a teacher, and it is very challenging to address every individual student, their needs and their learning style and their pace of learning. This is very much important. So somehow we are using technology to meet that challenges. So it's not like this is technology to solve all the problems.
So we can say it's not that one size that fits all.
Yes.
You have to customize it.
Yes. So individual, somehow we can meet the individual needs of a learner here. So teacher, when they are integrating in the classroom, many students normally we say backbencher students are there, and some students are sitting in the middle of the classroom. Some students are unable to seek attention from the teachers. They are seeking attention. The teacher will give more attention to me, but the teachers are unable to provide that attention to the particular student. So some students missed. So this technology helping teachers in their pedagogical process and teaching learning process to address the needs of a learner. So here the personalized learning path is there. The students can personally explore this virtual world. They can, the pace of learning. They can, they have the autonomy to learn, freedom to learn. They customize the content accordingly, according to their needs.
Yes.
So that is personalized learning path, is giving the learning path to the student. Then multimodal of interaction, here this is very much important, audio, visual and kinesthetic. The three parts of our sense organs involved in this teaching learning process. So visual is there, auditory is there, and your kinesthetic is the motor part is there.
Okay.
So these three parts also involved in this virtual world. So the virtual reality world. Then it supports CWS and children, and this is collaborative learning is then differentiated learning need and adaptive content interaction. You are adapting to that environment. So this is the adaptive content interaction, and this is the potential of this technology.
Well, talking about potential, I think the best part is that you can cater to the needs of each and every student, because each child is unique. And now you also mentioned the word here, differentiated. Now, ma'am, I want to ask you that how can immersive technologies, they support differentiated learning and address the diverse learning needs in a classroom? I request you kindly, first of all, elaborate the meaning of differentiated.
Yes, differentiated learning, many people understand in a different way. We say all students are different from each other, and this is the individual differences.
Yes.
Okay. So in the classroom, you will see all learners are, able, different activities. Some are good in painting, some good are singing, some are in dancing, some are in science, some are in math, some are in other languages. So all students are, they're having different abilities.
Yes.
So, how that abilities is met. So, that is differentiated means that all learnings are different and diverse in their learning abilities, and that diversity is met by this technology.
Lovely. So I think immersive technologies support them,
Yes,
fully support these
yes.
differentiated learning. And I think now I should ask you another question, because we also do not have much time left, and it is such an interesting content. Now, how do you think that virtual reality and augmented reality, it helps students understand complex biological systems like the circulatory system, a nervous system, a digestive system? I mean, human physiology, let's take the example of heart also. It is such a complex structure.
Yes.
So how these realities are helping us?
Yes, see, one slide is there, I would like to share here. Please project this one. Here you can see a boy, holding a heart. It's a human heart, and wearing a headset.
Yes.
So, this is giving a real experience. Oh, hearts look like this.
Wow.
Okay. So, the enhanced engagement. The more you will engage, more you will learn. So, how the student will get engaged? If you give the better content, better visualization, some interactive content, student will get engaged, and that active engagement is very important for the learning.
Yes.
So, this immersive environment, this virtual reality environment or augmented reality or mixed reality or immersive technology, engaging the students. The more the active you are, more you will learn.
I think this is literally hands-on experience.
Yes. So,
Right.
this you are wondering, yes, heart is in my hand. By seeing this picture, you are, oh, heart is this like.
Yeah.
Is it or not? So, this engage enhancement, immersive experience captivate students, making learning more enjoyable and motivating.
Yeah.
What next? What next? What next? So, the curiosity that we did initially, we talked about that logical thinking,
Yes.
critical thinking,
Yeah.
creative thinking. Okay, so motivating. This is enjoyable and motivating in nature. Then improve understanding. More you will understand, more you will explore the content, more you will get engaged. Definitely that the concepts of science getting more simple.
Yeah.
So, this visualizing complex scientific concept through simulation and interactive models foster deeper comprehension. Now, we have that human heart having the 4 chambers. What about the amphibians? What about the reptiles?
Yeah.
So, that curiosity will increase, that help us to improve your understanding. What is the difference between different types of animals? Fine.
Yes.
Then hands-on learning, that we have seen how the student interacting with the heart. Normally, it's very difficult to bringing the heart in your hand, but it's possible. So, student can actively manipulate virtual objects and environment, promoting practical knowledge and skill development. See, in maths, very important part is manipulating the data, customizing the data, and making meaning of that data. So, one variable is dependent to another variable. What will happen? I will increase the volume, and what will happen to the
Yes.
pressure of that object.
True.
So, that customizing and manipulating with the object is very much important in science and learning. That is trial and error. So, then accessibility and safety, yes, this environment is completely safe and can be accessible by anyone, anytime, any place. This is the power of this one. So, immersive technology allows students to explore dangerous and expensive environment safely and virtually.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, you can make a learning really joyous when you simplify the concepts, and you can relate the concepts to the real world, something that we are witnessing probably every day, but we are unable to differentiate or express it in scientific terms. Now, that was about biology. Now, let's move on to physics. So, in what ways you think that VR and MR can be used safely to stimulate, dangerous physics experiments such as those involving electricity, radiations, or even mechanics?
Yes, see here, it's maybe the viewers are getting curious how to use biology.
Yes.
Some maybe so this is only applicable in case of biology, not in physics, not in chemistry. So science is something exploring this universe and without immediate environment. So this physics, chemistry, and biology, they all are interrelated to each
Yes.
other. Without chemistry and physics, difficult to understand the physical world or human body.
True.
Even. So, you can see here the application of science education, this immersive technology in case of biology, virtual dissection. Dissection is now legally banned in.
Yes.
So, we cannot dissect a frog or any animals, fine. So, the virtual dissection you can do in a lab that give you a very real experience that you are actually dissecting the object.
Wow.
So AR human body exploration, you can see human body is there, you can explore the every organs of a human body as well as any organism.
True.
So you can, dwell to the single cell through this VR technologies, AR, MR technologies. Okay, in case of physics also simulating velocity, time, graph and electricity. I don't know, how electricity looks like, how that, the current is actually traveling, how sound is traveling, how light is traveling. This is very difficult to, see that now light is there, surroundings are there, but you cannot see lot of, abstract concept.
Yes.
With the help of this technology, you can simulate that thing, how the time and the velocity is interrelated to each other. You can, increase the velocity and see the time. So these two variables you can do here, and how the electric circuit work.
Of course, I mean, similarly, where are atoms and what is nucleus, where neutrons and protons are lying, and how electrons are moving.
Yes.
So, can you think of a way AR could make learning more interactive and engaging for all of us?
Yes, that's in a physical world, how we are interacting and how we are exploring our physical world. That's your pace. Suppose I wanted to go to a garden and I want to play with grass or sand or a plant or any object there. So like this virtual will give you that experience.
Yeah.
So your own pace is there. You can any of this technology you can use for your own learning purpose and enhance your experience, and you better understand the concepts.
I think chemistry and astronomy are another two very important, interesting branches where I think AR and VR are playing extremely important role. Who doesn't want to visit the galaxies, and who doesn't want to go beyond our solar system and see what is there? And I think space technology is something which we all are aware of, and we can actually experience that. So now if we talk about chemical reactions, it's like there are hazardous chemicals, there are apparatus that we have to handle very carefully also. So what do you think are the advantages of conducting these virtual chemical reactions in a VR lab compared to a traditional lab? Because of course, you also mentioned that virtual labs are also there. So give us a brief introduction of what virtual labs are and how we can perform experiments so safely there.
Yes, this is a very rightly asked. You have to give the questions. See, in a physical world, when we are doing the experiment, many variables is not visible.
Yes.
And very difficult to control that variable, because in science learning, controlling a variables is a very important part here. So sometimes we don't understand what is actually variables and how we will control that one. What is the way we can control one variable? Suppose we are controlling one variable, what happening to the another variables? What the changes happening? And it's happening, how to absorb that one? It's why we need to absorb the quantitative way or the qualitative way, or that we need to understand. So that things you can do in this virtual lab. You control all the simulation you can perform. And repeatability.
Yes.
In the physical lab, whatever you cannot repeat, and you can repeat, but there is a wastage of resources, materials, chemicals, and you need a support for that one. If you are doing any mistake, suppose you are doing the sodium test and we are not aware about that sodium is very explosive. So how you will do that one in a controlled way. But here you can do without any harm or any concern, that safety concern.
Yes.
But in physical lab is kind of safety measure is very much important.
Yeah.
But here you can dangerous experiment also you simulate in the virtual world, and that give you the real experience.
And you can assess yourself also simultaneously.
Yes.
You can increase the difficulty level as well.
Yes.
And like you have the entire infrastructure in front of you in the form of virtual stuff, and you don't need a teacher or somebody to support you to perform the experiments. And the best part is of course controlling the variables.
Yes.
That is not possible as such.
That's we call a personalized learning, or we can say the individualized learning. Personally, you are experiencing your world, how it's happening. Otherwise, what happens many a time, teachers are not available to support us. So you are in school, our teachers are there, there is stipulated time for your lab and teachers are available for that one. What will happen after the class hour?
Yes, yes.
So this technology is supporting us anytime, anywhere.
Anytime.
And anyone can, for their own learning choices, they can explore that content, they experience, and they can understand the concept, science concept.
And I think when you go to the real physical laboratories, you not only go prepared, but you also go very confident.
Yes.
You know what to expect and how you can reach the desirable outcome. Now, change is the only constant, we know, and technology is evolving every day. So I'm giving you a little, I would say, a bigger time frame. that how do you see the future of immersive technologies shaping the teaching and learning of science in the next decade? Not even next 5 years, but in the next decade.
Very interesting questions, and
Yeah.
because I don't know after 5 years what the changes is going to happen in our
Yes.
world.
True.
Because this immersive technology is emerged, and another this metaverse is coming, another
Yeah.
technologies, AI is now in our day-to-day life.
Yes.
And the challenges is what will be the future after decades or 5 years or 1 year.
Yeah.
So the teachers might be wondering, which new technologies are coming, new way to pedagogical integration we need to adapt. And because these learners now in the 21st century, learners are very active, proactive.
True. Proactive, yes.
They themselves exploring the technologies, and they are a step behind. Okay, ahead, not behind, is ahead of our we.
Absolutely.
So how we will meet their needs? So if you will see this immersive technology, this immersion terms are there. That immersive is like that, making it you to immerse on that particular content so that you can better understand that one. And this immersive technology holds an immense potential in revolutionizing science education, making learning more engaging. Engaging is very much important.
Yes.
That active participation, active learning is very much important. Earlier we have a passive learning. So a teacher is simply delivering in the classroom, that is on a stage, and chalk and talk method. So and the PowerPoint is there, the teachers are playing the PowerPoint and students are keep on that pointing it out.
Yeah.
And nowadays we can say, okay ma'am, you and sir, please give me the PowerPoint later on. So the kind of you are not presently active in the classroom. So because of so many reasons for that one, so this engaging platform, this world is giving the engaging and active engagement. And accessible and impactful, you are accessing that one. Personally you are accessing that one. Nobody is imposing to explore this one. So that is a very accessible and impactful, personalized and adaptive. Personalized, adaptive, and personally we are exploring, and accordingly our need we are adapting to that content.
Yes.
Okay. Then AI powered assessment and insight, that diagnosis assessment, or you can say that formative assessment, immediate feedback we are getting, and even if we are doing mistake or any kind of wrong answer we are choosing, that AI is supporting us and correcting us. This is reinforcement. Okay, feedback they are giving. So that is the AI powered assessment and insights are there. As technologies continue to evolve, we can expect even more innovative application than immersive experience in science classroom.
Absolutely.
So there's nothing about this, science is always is there. Technology is emerging, the concept of science is there, and how we are simplifying and better visualizing the science concepts with the help of technology, even a decade also.
Yes.
So nowadays you can say all the body parts, human organ system are well explored and well explained with the help of the technology.
Yes.
So in near future you will come out with more better visualization and more simplified way we are present the science concept, either biology, chemistry or physics or astronomy.
Of course, in the process, it is also improving the critical thinking, creative thinking, analytical thinking of students, and these students are the professionals of tomorrow, the future professionals, and they will come up with newer and brighter ideas. And I believe that this Gen Z, as you said, it's many steps ahead. And the beautiful part of this immersive technology is that it is not just learner-centric, but also teacher-centric or teaching-centric. Now, last question, of course, India is a diverse country. We have all kind of students, and this technology, of course, it requires some kind of infrastructure. We require internet, some devices. What do you think is the biggest challenge when it comes to implementing immersive technologies in the routine teaching learning? And if there are any challenges, how are we going to overcome them?
Yes, this is a challenge actually. So we will overcome this challenge very soon, not an issue. So we human are like overcoming the challenges and take the challenges, and we find the way to overcome the challenges. Yes, this technology is having the immense potential.
True.
Just now we have discussed this, helping us to give a real experience without going to that field or any type of disability there or any other issues are there. You can experience that one immediate to present environment, and it's not easy actually.
Yes,
it's very challenging, and in a diverse country, and we have the demography from north, east, south, west, and that is one geographical challenges is there. Apart from that, other constraints are there. So, I have highlighted some points here, challenges and consideration. That very important part, cost of these devices. So this headset, this hardware and this software and that lab setup and that content presently is challenging for us,
Yeah.
which is high cost, and this accessibility. So that normally the technology, the first when that PowerPoint came, also we struggled to train the teacher
Yeah.
how to integrate a PowerPoint and how to make a PowerPoint and why to make a PowerPoint, which topic actually need the PowerPoint presentation,
Yes.
and how to integrate images and clip art and videos and all.
True.
So slowly we adapted to that one. So this will yes, cost is this, slowly will
Yeah.
that cost will come down and accessible, it will accessible to everyone. Then next one is lack of
Skill.
that I would like to ask to play this slide. Okay, lack of skilled professional. Yes, now it's emerging. It's emerging. So lot of lack of skilled professionals
Yeah.
are there, and curriculum integration. We need to redesign our curriculum, and we need to help teachers, because rightly if you will not select the right content for the right technology, then yes, it create a confusion. So which part of the content can be better visualized through that virtual reality or augmented reality and MR, that is very much important, and technical support is very much important. This required lot of technical support. So these are the major challenges, and I think very soon we will overcome these challenges.
Well, by me talking about this entire concept, I'm getting so excited. I mean, just imagine when we will start working on it on a regular basis, how beautiful it will shape our understanding and, of course, I would say, or creative thinking or anything that is related to science. It will enhance our understanding of difficult scientific concepts, and who knows that you can be the scientist for tomorrow. Now, to sum up this entire conversation, I have very beautiful lines with me that I have to share with you all, that immersive technology is undoubtedly a powerful tool to enhance science education. So we request and encourage all stakeholders to come forward to invest in and adopt these technologies for the benefit of students. And there's a famous saying by Edward Teller that goes as, "The science of today is the technology of tomorrow." We talked about the coming decade, but you never know what's going to happen in the next 24 hours. So with this, it's a wrap. That was our session on day 4, where we talked about immersive technologies for the teaching and learning of science under the umbrella theme of ICT for teaching and learning of science. And let me thank my expert for the session. Dr. Parveen, thank you so much for your wonderful contribution to the session. It was indeed a pleasure. And now, a very important information regarding the upcoming competition. Yes, so please have a look that this is about the All India Children's Educational E-Content Competition. It is back for this year 2024-25, and we invite teachers, teacher educators, students and independent educational e-content creators to submit their best e-content for the competition. For further details, you can visit the website ciet.ncert.gov.in, or you can scan this code that is there on the screen. Last date is 31st of December 2024. And now let's have a quick look at the schedule. Well, there is this entire list of programs that you watched today, and what you'll be watching next, this is our session Sahyog, and topic will be recognizing signs of burnt out in students. With this, it's a wrap. This is me, Harpreet Kaur, taking leave of you. Please stay tuned for more educational programs. Namaskar.